We start this delightful tart by stirring lemon juice and our peeled, cored and sliced apples together so that we set them whilst we roll out our, preferably it's much easier to use store-bought puff pastry into our tart dish here. The tart dish I used was 24 centimeters or 9.5 inches, so a pretty medium size. You can do something fancy with the crust if you want, but I simply just pressed and rolled over to really nicely trim the top before filling with parchment paper and baking beans or rice and baking for 20 minutes. Whilst we're doing that, we want to heat some water and milk on low heat until simmering at the sides, and in a separate bowl we want to whisk our eggs, sugar and flour until it's pale and fully combined. Once it is pale and fully combined, we want to add in that warmed milk and water mixture slowly to really nicely heat the eggs lightly to make sure that they don't curdle. We return them to the heat, but obviously we're going to remove our baking beans from our pastry and set that aside to cool whilst we thicken our custard until it is thick enough to stick to the back of a tablespoon. Once it is that thick, we want to pour into our pastry, and this fit perfectly snug into the dish I used here, so this is like the ideal dish. And then we want to lay our apples on top. I went for as visually appealing as possible. You absolutely could halve the amount of sugar and cinnamon here. I did not need all of it for the top of the tart before we return it to the oven to bake and become nice and golden and set that custard. Ideally you will slice and serve this with a scoop of ice cream or a drizzle of cream. But there we have it, friends. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more videos like this, and thank you so much for watching.